Okay, so now finally when we have stitched our zipper into our extension, we've resealed our waistband. So now the last thing we need to do will be then to sew this side of the zipper to the zipper guard side. So the first thing you want to do is you'll want to close your zipper, and then you'll want to button up the snap or the whatever you have here on the top to make this lay flat. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the zipper guard. Now I can see my zipper, so what I want to do is I want to pin my zipper in place so that I know exactly where I'm going to sew the zipper onto the zipper guard. So you could make a few pins or whatever works best for you. 1, 2, whatever you need. It's quite thick, so be aware of your pins. Okay, once I have it pinned, then I can certainly now reopen it. Reopen the zipper. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to stitch by hand this zipper. There was 2 rows of stitching when I unpicked it, so now I'm going to do 2 rows, the same thing. And I'm going to do it by hand with a back stitch. And so make sure you have the whatever thread it was. I remember on mine it was stitched with the top stitching thread, and it was the gold one. But if it was blue, whatever color it was, then you need to make sure that you redo the same thing. And then now here, I will make sure that the edge here I fold under, and you could still see here where the 2 rows of stitching were done. Let me take my thread out. There we go. So I could see where they are. So really I'm going to try to go in the same groove. So you can see here clearly, if I remove it, that I had a row here and a row there. So I'm going to try to do about at the same place. So I'm going to fold. I'm going to match, fold as high as possible, and I'm going to match my edge. And I know that I'm going to back stitch in here, and you can see here where my stitching, so I'm going to line that up. And when I'm going to back stitch, it's really important only to catch the facing of the zipper guard. So if I could lift this up, I would only stitch to this layer. I don't want the stitching to go through on the good side. So I need to only do my back stitching to the top layer. I think you might need your thimble to do that because it's fairly bulky and the denim might be hard. So secure my thread to start with. I'm going to make a good secure thread here with 2-3 times, only catching the facing. Okay, and now when I got it, you can see where my stitching is, so I'm going to line that up, and I'm going to do back stitching, only catching, and you'll feel it if you're going through because you'll probably feel you're poking your finger. So you see I'm doing a longer stitching, just like if it was done by machine. Okay, so now that I'm just finishing up my second row of back stitching here. So once I have that done, make sure you secure your end. And now we have our 2 rows of stitching done onto the side of the fly guard.